for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. The Springfield-Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
All right, good morning to you on Wednesday. Hope your week is going swell. Hope you're having a great week, and we're going to get started with a little news this morning.
All right, a new judge will likely be taking over the Kylan Mabins case. He is the Springfield Public School quarterback who transferred from Kickapoo to Glendale High School, thus losing eligibility to play for one school year during his senior year, no less. Mabins then filed suit saying that he transferred due to a hardship, including racial discrimination, that he says was happening at Kickapoo. Both SPS and the Missouri State High School Activities Association 3 times upheld the district's findings that Mabins was ineligible to play. But then a Greene County Circuit Judge, Derek Ancrum, issued an injunction in favor of Mabins playing. So now the new part is that a new judge will be assigned to the case at the school's request, which has the legal right to request a new judge. So we'll keep you posted on how that turns out. You might remember the case of the missing Alabama teenager, Natalie Holloway, that happened in 2005. She went missing during a senior class trip, a high school senior class trip in Aruba. The primary suspect was Joran Vandersloot, who was a Dutch teenager who Holloway met while on the trip. New today, Vandersloot is expected to plead guilty in her death after pleading not guilty to extortion and wire fraud charges earlier this summer. Authorities say that he's expected to reveal new details about how she died as part of a plea agreement expected to be unsealed today after all these years.
Wow, that's big because, man, that captivated the country for a long time, a number of years when she disappeared.
And just the sickening feeling of not knowing what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they, sometimes you can't actually assume that someone has passed away. You can't assume that because there's just no evidence. And I think in this case, eventually it got to the point where they knew that she was deceased, but with no idea as to what happened.
Man, well, that's going to be, imagine how difficult that would be for the family to have to hear him explain what happened. And then you wonder, is he telling the truth now, or is he trying to make it better somehow?
Yeah, apparently he was also convicted. Was he convicted? He was either convicted or accused, which I get that matters. So I'll have to look that up. But of a completely different case just a couple of years ago, serious case. So,
right. Yeah. Wow. Well, that'll
go.
be interesting to hear what comes out of that. Looks like prices we're paying for necessities here in the Midwest have been relatively flat in recent memory here. U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics released its latest Consumer Price Index report. And this is interesting. This jumped out. A report, it shows the prices for goods in 1982 and 1984.
That's my birth year. So keep going.
The first one, 82. If you bought $100 worth of the same stuff and then bought it now, you paid $100 for it then, the same thing would cost $285 just in the last 40 years or so.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? But I guess that's probably, like, I don't have any basis of comparison,
Well, I mean, inflation, everything costs more. I mean, it just gradually stair steps. I mean, it seems to come in waves, and we've had a large wave over the last couple of years. But I remember, I always look at a 2-liter of soda. When I was a kid, you could get it for like 99 cents. And now they're still less than $2. So I don't know what that tells you. But
you're old? Just kidding.
But I can remember my mom sent me up to the Clark station to get a 2-liter. She liked Pepsi, and we drank Pepsi growing up. I'm a Coke guy now. At any rate, consumer prices in the Midwest, we digress, advanced 3.2%, up mainly because of a jump in food prices, as we all painfully know. But energy prices dropped in the short term here. We're seeing gas prices come down. State of Missouri will soon be getting a new commissioner of education. as a 7-year veteran in that role, is stepping down. Margie Vandeven is hanging it up, and there's no word at this point who will succeed her.
Important
And then
role.
there's
We'll see.
yeah, and then there's more green space coming downtown Springfield. The city is looking to renovate and upgrade a park on Jefferson Avenue near downtown. If you'd like to weigh in on what you'd like to see there, now's the time. You can go to the city's website to comment on improvements made to Jubilee Park. For now, the city is planning to remove some of the stone walls and planters and patio spaces to make a more green space. And part of that is safety concerns, honestly, because uh, it's on the outside, it's elevated, so you can't see what's happening on the inside in some locations, and it's a bit of a safety issue as police are trying to cut down on crime.
Yeah. All right. The public turned out to hear about possible plans for the Springfield Airport and offer their opinions on it. Airport leaders say they are looking 5-10 years down the road, since air travel out of the Springfield Branson National Airport has surpassed 1 million people last year per year. So we'll keep you posted on what they decide there. That's exciting. I mean, I love the Springfield Airport, and I'm excited for them to be able to expand and be.
And I was just in and out of there over the past 2 days, and I do love how quick it is to get through it. I mean, I waltzed through there. It was nice. And got
Yes.
there, you get there. I'm not advising everybody do this, but you can get there like 10 minutes before you board. And
You got there 10 minutes before you boarded on a work trip?
a little
That's a
close to that.
fireable offense, sir. If you wouldn't have made it, you would have been in big trouble.
No, we know how it works. So it's fantastic.
I meanwhile flew out of Kansas City
TSA
and
pre-check.
had to park off site, had to catch a shuttle to get to the airport, had to
Yeah.
write down where I parked because I didn't want to forget that. That would be miserable. Had to sit on that shuttle for 17 stops to pick up
Oof.
other passengers.
Nice.
17. How do I know? Because I counted and I thought I counted 17. Then I asked the driver and she said, she was super kind. Yes, ma'am, there are 17 stops. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, yes, please, Springfield, continue to do what you need to do to keep us hopefully flying out of there and
I had
start
the
driving to Kansas City.
same sort of deal at the Dallas airport. I had to get there early, and although it went by, I didn't have to get there as early as I got there. So I had to return a rental car, and I thought that was going to take longer than it did because it took a while to get to the rental place.
Right.
All right.
All right. You know Casper's, of course, the longtime Springfield staple of a restaurant. They got a new location on Glenstone, which is in the former Anton's Coffee Shop building. So now there is word on what is going to go into the old Casper's building, which of course was
Quonset
on
hut.
West Walnut. Yeah. Yeah.
Quonset hut, yeah.
It's interestingly, I would like to say that I have a big vocabulary, but I don't because I didn't know what those were called until I saw you say or heard you say it once.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Never heard of it.
I was
Got to be honest with you.
I was offered a job. I went to a TV station in Helena, Montana for an interview one time, very early on in my career. And
Yeah,
it
that would have been early, right out of college.
yeah, it was too small and I knew it.
Are
It's a
you
long
okay?
story. I got something in my throat. But anyway, it was in a Quonset hut, and I was like, I don't think this is
The TV
right.
station was?
Yeah, I don't think that's right for me. But I tell
That
you what,
is
had I
pretty
taken that
awesome.
job, I would have some really good stories to tell right now, I bet.
Yeah, you sure would. Anyway, so we now know what's going into that hut, which is it's going to be called, are you ready for this? The Chubby Wizard, which is a funny name.
Okay.
What is it, you ask? It's a skateboarding shop and smoke shop. There you
Okay.
go. Smoke shop, skateboarding shop, the Chubby Wizard,
All
right
right.
there on West Walnut Street in the hut. The owners say they're excited about that location because it is close to a number of popular skating destinations in town.
We'll be in there opening day.
I know, that's exciting. Yeah, I can't wait.
Sounds like our kind of place.
Hey, but you know what? There's a big skateboarding community, honestly,
Yeah, I'm
because
aware of
we do
that.
have
It
good
just
skate
ain't us.
parks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just funny that. Anyway, there you go.
Hey, here's an interesting concept. Speaking of downtown Springfield, a new bar and grill's opening there with a giant. One of the attractions is giant soft pretzels and alligator tail bites, which taste like chicken. I don't know if you know that. It's called the Vault on South Avenue, and they're going to have arcade games, pool tables, slot machines, things like that. And they're going to open, I think, later this month, maybe early next month. So soon.
Yeah, alligator tail bites. I don't know about that.
I mean, it does taste like chicken. Yeah, you can't really tell the
But
difference.
we're a long way from an ocean.
Oh, yeah, but people eat sushi here, and that's at least the tail is fried.
It's true.
It's fried. It's fried.
All right. Fair
Uh,
enough.
Tomorrow, the public is invited to a naturalization oath ceremony. You've covered a bunch of these, and they are they're moving. They're cool. If you've never been to one, it's worth checking out at some point in your life. The ceremony is taking place Thursday, tomorrow, Juanita K. Hammons Hall for the Performing Arts at 11:30 in the a.m. Free to get in, and it lasts about an hour. But these are
I'm
people
telling you,
who
you
have
need to go. You
these
need
are
to
people
go.
who have gone through the process. They've taken the tests to be an American. They've worked hard at it, and
And it's
tomorrow's the day.
expensive. I mean, to get to that point, not the ceremony. I mean, but to get to that point, they've spent some money, taken lots of tests, like you said. But it is one of the coolest things, one of the coolest stories that I've ever covered.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yes.
It's tradition and patriotism and all of that. Because I mean, there's a lot of talk about people who come into the country the wrong way, uh, but these are folks who have done it the right way. So it's
Which,
neat
by the
to
way,
see
did
them.
you know that they have to denounce their former country? Did you know that, sir?
I do. Yeah, I did know that. I remember that from one of the stories.
Yeah. Which is like so hard. Can you
Seems
imagine?
strong. Yeah.
Man, yeah. Ugh. It was like painful for me to like have to hear them say that, but really moving. I don't know. You know what? I might take the kids tomorrow. I don't know. If possible, I might take the kids. I don't know what we have going on tomorrow. Let's be honest. I don't know what we have going on today. All right, homecoming kicks off Friday at Missouri State University. Good times throughout the weekend. The culmination will be on Sunday night at the Great Southern Bank Arena with country music band Alabama.
Alabama.
They're great. Alabama's great. It's been a minute since I've listened to them, but I do remember Alabama. Anyway, they're also having a big celebration plan for the 1973 college graduates because can you believe it? Celebrating their 50th reunion. That's exciting. Most of the big activities for homecoming are on Saturday, of course, including the Band of Bears Homecoming Parade. That's at 9 a.m. Saturday morning on John Q. Hammonds Parkway. Plus, fans can get a sneak peek of the 23-24 Bears and Lady Bears basketball teams. So that's fun. Lots of festivities, honestly, so you can check them all out on Missouri State's website and make your plans to attend.
Yeah,
Should be
go
fun.
Bears.
All right. Friday night at 7 p.m. also at Ozark Empire Fairgrounds, you can go see some real life cowboys and cowgirls, which will be fun. The MRCA has an annual membership of 600 cowboys and cowgirls who compete in 9 standard events. So this is what you can watch: bareback, saddle bronc, bull riding, calf roping, over 40 calf roping, breakaway roping, steer wrestling, team roping, and barrel racing.
Wow, old-fashioned rodeo,
There you go. Good times.
but without no
Out of
bulls. Sounds like
those,
no bulls,
I
right?
would for sure do steer wrestling.
You would do that?
Yeah, I mean, if I
It's
had
the
to be
most attractive
good,
to you?
if I had to be good at one of those events, that one would be super cool. And I feel like it would be a good time. I feel like those are
I think
probably my kind of people.
I think roping would be that. I'd like to try that, as I think I could learn to be good at it. I mean, it's just practice, right? But that'd be cool to do. Hitting a moving target quickly like they do, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Did you see me with a
Bareback
cowboy
riding would
hat on?
also be super cool. You would
Bareback
just
riding
look
sounds
cool.
horrific. That
If
sounds
I
awful.
was a bareback rider, I would make you take lots of pictures of me while doing said event. I'd be like,
Well,
make sure you get pictures.
I'd be there with the camera because there's no way I'm getting on a horse bareback. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
Anyway, so there you go. That is at
Okay.
the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds Friday night.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yeah. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Bye.